Welcome back. The Keeneland Spring Meet is underway, so what better time to talk about some of the history of horse racing in the bluegrass? We are honored to have with us this morning Foster Ockerman Jr., a historian and also an attorney.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here this morning.
So first, just kind of walk us through, for folks who might not know you, a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm a seventh generation Kentuckian, born in Lexington before IBM came, so that I was here when Lexington was still a small town.
Yes.
Grew up here, practiced law here for 42 years,
Wow.
but history is my first love, and so I'm very pleased to have been contacted by the History Press out of Charleston, South Carolina, to do the hidden history of horse racing.
That's wonderful. I'm starting to read this book myself right now, but there is just a wide variety of topics in here. Talk a little bit about some of the early racetracks in Lexington.
Well, the first racetrack was actually not sanctioned. It was Main Street.
Wow.
And there were match races right down Main Street. And of course, that upset the people who were just about run over by these races, because you didn't know they were coming.
Right, imagine.
So in 1783, the town trustees prohibited racing on Main Street, and it moved down to the town commons on along Town Branch, which is now Vine Street. Eventually, South Broadway, and then and these were all straight track quarter-mile races.
Wow.
The first oval track was the Williams track, actually at the back of what is now the Lexington Cemetery. And the back part of it is flatter and extend into a little subdivision back there, and that was the first oval in Lexington.
I had no idea. I love history so much. We want to hit on this too, because there's a church built by horses, right?
There is a church built by horses, and the parishioners are very proud of it. It is the Good Shepherd Episcopal Church at the corner of Bell Court and Main Street. They were trying to raise money for a new church in 1923. At the same time that there was a law in the legislature being proposed to outlaw parimutuel wagering.
Oh, wow.
And if they had outlawed parimutuel wagering, then the track would have had to close.
Right.
That's how you bet. The minister at the time was an Englishman, and he gave a speech before the legislature saying that before he entered the ministry, in England, he used to bet. And if they used bookies, then you could play the game, play the bookies. Parimutuel wagering was fair and non-biased, and a good thing. The bill to outlaw gambling on horse racing in Kentucky died by one vote.
Just one.
And the horse industry was so happy with this minister that they raised almost $300,000 to build the church.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we were just looking at some pictures from racing. Tell us who your favorite jockey is.
There were a lot of great jockeys, of course, over time, but my favorite is Jimmy Wingfield.
And why is that?
Well, he won the Derby twice.
Okay.
Last time in 1904, African American. But the Jim Crow era were forcing black jockeys out of the race.
Right.
So he went to Europe. He ended up being the head jockey for the Tsar of Russia.
Oh my.
And was living the good life. Had an apartment across from the Kremlin, had a valet, had married a duchess, and then the Russian Revolution happened.
Yeah.
And that was not a good thing for horse racing. So he and the stable hands led 260 of the Tsar's best horses all across Europe to Normandy, France.
Oh my goodness.
And by the time he got there, of course, the entire Romanov family was dead. There was nobody to ask for the horses back.
Right.
So he set up his own operation with the Tsar's horses, was very successful.
That is amazing. Real quick, I want to hit on where folks can pick up a copy of your book.
All the local area bookstores, Amazon.com has it, and the Keeneland gift shop has it as well.
Wonderful. And they're going quick. We've heard about some of them selling out already. All right. Thank you for joining us. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.